Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to PCG Live. And if you're watching PCG Live, guess what that means? It is Thursday, and we're a little past 6 o'clock, but that's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay. It's at least we're not super late, so that's okay. Like we used
No.
to be super late sometimes, but we've been hitting the nail on the head for the past couple years, so I'm happy with our production.
We done good. We done
Yeah,
good,
we
especially for this time of year where it's like stupidly busy for us.
yeah, we've been very
Like,
consistent, so
phew.
I'm very happy. But
Yes.
in case you don't know who we are, I am Van, and this is our co-host Kyle, Dr. Eggplant. What's going on, my man?
Not much, my dude.
Dude,
It's a two-man show today,
yeah,
unfortunately.
we're missing our other co-host, which is Andre. He is out in Vermont. It was Vermont, not Maine, right?
He was in Vermont
Yeah,
eating all kinds of Ben and Jerry's, apparently.
yeah.
That's what he said in chat.
He's a Ben and Jerry's guy. He's a Ben and Jerry's guy. So kind
I
of what
mean,
you
I
got
don't
to
blame
do.
him.
Kind of what you got to do when you're out there, though, right?
I agree. I
So
agree with that.
yeah, that's how we do. That's how we do. But
Yeah.
welcome to the show, guys. In case you don't know who we are and what we do, we are talk about video games. That's what we do here. We talk about video games, and sometimes we talk about some other stuff, but um, today is mostly all video games. So
I
nothing super crazy going on in the video game world, but there's enough.
Well, I mean, we still have 1 week until the Game Awards.
I forgot that's in a week.
That is in 1 week, which we talked extensively on that a couple weeks ago. If you
Yep.
guys missed that,
Yep.
definitely
Yep.
go
Yep.
check
Yep.
that one out.
We talked about our nominees and stuff like that. We were um, our guest host Dolly was a part of everything. So,
Yes.
so my question to you, my friend, first and
Mm.
foremost, how was your Black Friday? Did you get anything?
Oh boy. Well, I did some shopping, you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I may have gotten another Xbox.
Mhm. I'm getting a
Xbox.
call.
Hello.
I'm getting a call.
I'm
Someone
not
calling the
calling
show.
you.
Hello.
Hello. I'm not calling.
Get someone's calling the show.
Who
But go ahead.
calling?
I get random calls to that number sometimes on the computer, which is weird.
That is weird.
It is weird.
Who calling? But anyway, so I bought an Xbox One S, which was the bundle with a Jedi Fallen Order, and I didn't realize it was the deluxe edition.
Oh,
So
really?
apparently, I got the deluxe edition with on me other Xbox One that I bought.
Mhm.
Only reason why I did that, I've explained it to you a bunch of times, is because I kind of wanted something in my room.
Mhm.
So I took the Xbox One X
Mhm.
that I had down here and replaced it with the S because I mean I don't stream at 4K, so
Yeah.
there's kind of no point
Yeah, it's
of
pointless.
having it. So my S is now my streaming Xbox, and now I have the X upstairs. And the reason why I have the X upstairs is because on Saturday, your boy's picking up a 4K TV.
Nice. This Saturday?
This Saturday,
What you getting?
going to Best Buy, going to pick up my 43-inch Samsung 4K that I
Samsung, only
picked
way
up.
to go, even though I just picked up a Vizio, but that's okay.
Listen, Vizio, I'm dying. Vizio over the years has gotten much, much better.
I'm
I will say
impressed.
that.
I'm very, very happy with my TV, especially for the price, so I'm okay with that.
A lot of people like the Vizios.
Mhm.
A lot of people do, and I don't blame them.
So, just in
The
case
the
anyone didn't know, Vizio is an off-brand of Sony, actually. So,
Oh, is it Sony? I thought it was Samsung.
is it Samsung? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up
I
right
could
now.
have
I
swore it
was
was Samsung.
I was saying it, and then I'm looking it up as I'm saying it, so
Oh,
way I can get that information correct.
oh,
Let me see here.
clarification, please.
Um, history, history. Um, it doesn't say. I'm having
Oh,
I'm having trouble. Let me go to the good.
Vizio might be their own company now because I remember back in the day they were like a off-brand of like Samsung or Sony,
Yeah,
but they might be their own company now.
yeah. I'm not able to find it.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I can't find anything. We can always Google Vizio owned by. Oh, is Vizio owned by Sony, along with Amtran, an affiliate of Foxcom, also has a stake in the company, is involved in the manufacturing of the Vizio television. Some people ask, is Vizio manufactured by Sony? But this isn't the case. Vizio and Sony are separate and competing companies.
Ah,
So, Interesting. Well, anyways, needless to say, I'm in love with their product. I've always loved it. Vizio actually, when it first started coming out, was known as a gaming TV and
True.
was heavily focused towards gaming, and that's how I discovered Vizio even existed. It was because of their focus on really getting gamers to invest into them, and they were the first budget TV that was
Mm,
actually high quality. They made it affordable for people, so. Um, because of them, prices really, really, really dropped really
yeah.
low at a much faster rate. So,
Yes.
um, but I love the TVs. They're not so their TVs are broken down to a couple tiers. So you have A tier, which is Samsung, Sony, and LG. Those are the A tier, and then you got B tier, which is uh,
Vizio.
Vizio, Panasonic, and there was one other one, and then the rest is all much much lower. What's going on, Miguel? By the way, your speakers are in the office, so after today, anytime you want to come by and pick them up, please come by and grab them. I got them ready for you, my friend.
Oh.
Um, so, yeah. So I picked up a 65 inch.
Oh, really?
I went from the Sony 40 inch. I had a Toshiba Plasma 40 inch, and
Oh, that's
I've
right.
had that TV for 17 years.
I gotta tell you something. I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
your plasma TV
Mm-hmm.
lasted that long because I've heard so many plasma TVs
Mm-hmm.
shit the bed in like a year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Dude, but so plasma TVs are actually known as the better lasting ones because they're so big and they're bulky. And the big thing about plasmas was they're pure black. They have pure black. And by the way,
yeah.
in chat on Twitch, how do you like your 48-inch Vizio, the D48 model? Like, what's your thoughts on that? So that was the joys of plasma. Like, there was no light that shined through. The problem was the glass in the front. And
Mm.
the TVs were really fucking heavy, really heavy.
Oh God, yeah. Those plasmas were
Yeah.
extremely
I'm
heavy.
not getting rid of it. I'm keeping it. It's gonna move up to the kids' room, but um, but the 65 inch, I was debating for a wicked long time. I was like, what should I get? What should I get? So, fuck it, I'm going all out and I'm getting the 65 inch. But
Mm.
this is like our living room TV, so this is not my hardcore gaming one. When I get my house and whatnot, and I move in and I have my thing, then I'm gonna get my Samsung TV. No doubt, my gaming TV will be a Samsung TV. Not even a question. Talking about the
Mm-hmm.
200 and something hertz. We're talking probably 8K. So with all that being said, the Vizio was the good alternate family television, and I'm very pleased. I even bought a Vizio soundbar for $45. Yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
$45
that's
soundbar.
a much better deal than the soundbar. Oh, I probably shouldn't say that too loud.
Mhm.
The soundboard that I got as a Christmas gift for somebody else.
Yeah, 120 hertz is really good. That's what you want. That's what you want on your TV. You don't want anything less than 120, especially if you're using it for your PS4, my friend. So good choice. Good choice, as you probably already know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to TVs, I am a TV snob.
Mhm. I
So
usually am. I'm very big that way too.
I, yeah, I always go for like the high quality. So it was down to Sony or Samsung,
Hmm.
and I was like, the only reason why I was contemplating Sony is because obviously Sony always has more HDMI
Hmm.
cables than or ports
Hmm.
than the Samsung does. Because usually Samsung only has two, Sony has like four, and I'm like, I kind of want the Sony because it's got four. But then I'm like, well, wait, what am I actually hooking up to it? I
So
have my Xbox One X and my Switch, and nothing else.
so a little fun fact about Sony TVs, especially the newer model ones, you can actually remote play your PlayStation to your TV from anywhere in the house.
That would make
Yep.
sense.
When you also have it plugged in there, which the newer TVs are doing it for all different things too. But
Yeah,
as soon as you turn on your PlayStation, your Sony TVs automatically turn on.
that makes sense
Hmm.
since both are Sony.
Yep. Yep.
So I maybe should have done that. I
So
could have remote played my PlayStation.
So to be honest, like me, I've always been a Sony over a Samsung guy. But what made me start going with Samsung is, when I started going with their products for phones, and their product is just so good. They're such good quality. and they're streamlined very well within each other, and I love that. So I love my product all working together. So that's why I've always respected Apple. I'm not an Apple guy, but I've always respected Apple because Apple makes hardware. So all their
Mm,
hardware is going to work fluently with each other, and I think that has always been key. The problems with PCs is every company that you can connect something into your PC is a third party company, and it just
true.
makes it very messy. It makes it very, very messy. So, um, with saying that, I've always loved Samsung products, and I was just always like, "Ah." But before then, like I was a Sony snob, man. Like, dude, XBR was my TVs. I love Sony's. The problem with Sony's is they are way more expensive than the rest of the TVs.
Yes, they are more expensive. However, they did have some good deals going on during Black Friday for the Sony TVs. I will say that.
So good deals are still well over $1,000, but
No. This was like legit like 450,
oh
$500.
wow, wow.
I wonder. Let me go to bestbuy.com.
I have one 144 hertz Acer gaming monitor and a Dell 75 hertz as my second monitor for my PC set. Acer makes fantastic gaming monitors, and I know a few gamers that actually don't like them, but I don't think it's because they physically have a problem with them. I think they hear things through the grapevine and they're just like, oh, they're not good. Acer monitors are incredible. I'm not a curved screen guy. I actually hate the curved screens. They bother the hell out of me. I have really bad OCD, and having a monitor curved like that just don't flow with my chakra very well. So it bothers the hell out of me. Like it irks me. And at Walmart we had an MSI gaming monitor 27. 1 millisecond, 144 hertz on sale for 145, and I was like, dude,
Damn.
I so want to pick it up.
Damn.
Yeah,
145.
little fun fact, they had an actual UPC code on it that if you scanned it, it rang up $35. So they had to go
What?
around, yeah, they had to go around putting crossing that out to make sure no one accidentally scanned
Oh,
that.
wait a
Yeah.
minute. You mean to tell me if I had known that, I
I
could have got me a monitor for 35 bucks?
You kidding me? I told my AP person, I was like, "You're lucky I didn't find out because I would have bought out every monitor we had for
Oh,
30.
hell yeah. I would have been like $35.
I would have resold them." I would have kept one for myself. But again, the curved monitor, man, the curved monitor drives me nuts. Drives me nuts.
I think it depends on like sometimes like what the setup you might have is because the setup that I have here,
Mm,
there's no way I could do a curved monitor.
mm,
There's no possible way.
mm,
Like it's small enough. My area is small enough
mm,
so I could barely fit two monitors. This one right here and then this one right over here.
mm.
But if I had like more space and I had a different type of desk, that like uh damn, I can't think of the word. That fit a curve monitor or
Feng
then I
shui.
would yeah, feng shui.
Feng shui.
Then I would I know the word begins with a C, I just can't think of it. But yeah, if I had a setup that fit a curved monitor that worked with it, then I would probably use a curved monitor. But I don't mind the two normal monitors right here
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, normal monitor guy for me. Normal monitor guy for me. But cool. Any in particular games that you picked up that?
So I actually bought Tekken 7, which fun fact, I've never played Tekken before.
Ever?
Like, all right, so like the one time I played Tekken, I played for like 5 minutes,
Okay.
and the only and I just don't know why I never played Tekken after that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's one of those game. I have a whole bunch of game series where I'm like, damn, why am I have I not played it? Tekken's one of them. King of Fighters was another one, and then
Mm-hmm.
I finally started buying those games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then there's like Devil May Cry, which actually I did buy the Devil May Cry's on Xbox only because I know I have them on PlayStation already,
Mm-hmm.
but I have Devil May Cry 5 on Xbox, and I'm like, this doesn't look right
Mm-hmm.
without the other one, so I just bought it. But they were like stupidly cheap, and I got them for free because of my gift certificates that I got. Thank you,
Woot
Union.
woot.
So yeah, so I got that. I got Damn, what else did I buy? I bought the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. Finally, that's on the Switch.
You
I
mean
got
the anniversary collection? Okay,
yeah,
okay, yep, yep, yep,
finally
yep,
got that.
yep, yep.
I bought the Sega Master Collection
Mhm,
because I was like, well, if I'm not getting a mini Sega Genesis, I'm just gonna get this.
mhm,
So I bought that.
mhm.
I also bought Phoenix Wright trilogy
Okay.
because a lot of people told me that was good, and I kind of wanted to play it because I just like when he yells objection. Um,
Objection.
objection. Um, what else did I buy? I know I bought a couple more games because thank you gift certificates. Um, yeah, like Tekken 7 I bought. Shit. Oh yeah, the Devil May Cries. Um,
Which Devil May Cry works on the Xbox stream.
yes, through Mixer, which I didn't realize that. So I wasn't originally just gonna play Devil May Cry 5 offline, but then I saw that and I went, "Ooh, I'm gonna have to."
You got approved for the Xbox streaming XCloud, didn't you?
I did.
We didn't talk about that. That you
I
got accepted. Welcome
did.
to the XCloud world, my friend.
Yay! I did it, and I even got a Bluetooth controller with the Xbox One S, so now I can use it for that.
Have you tried it yet?
I did for a little bit.
Yeah. Did you
Um,
like? Did you do Wi-Fi or
so
did you do phone service?
I played it off my phone, and
Okay.
I did Wi-Fi
Mhm.
because if I didn't do Wi-Fi, holy moly!
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, first thing I noticed was when I just did normal Wi-Fi, because usually my phone's on 2.4 gigahertz, did not run well.
Mhm.
It did not run well.
Mhm.
So I was like, well, I gotta go to 5 gigahertz. So I immediately went to 5 gigahertz and it ran much, much better. Um, still a little lag to it,
Mhm.
but um, the only gripe that I had was when you were playing like Gears online, there was some lag input in there. So like it wasn't like you would hit the button and then like 2 seconds later the guy would roll
Yeah, I
and
don't
stuff
see
like
that
that.
game for like a first person shooter online game. Like I definitely don't see it. To me, that's gonna be something more for like the
Mhm.
quests, the RPGs, the MMOs, like stuff like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it right now it is still a little laggy. That's something that I've experienced a lot
Yes.
of. My son's played Madden on it and he loves it. So he loves playing Madden on it. So which Madden you can kind of deal with it. You know, there's ways you
Yeah.
can play with it and get used to it. You don't want to, but when you're out traveling, you get these full games until it's perfected. I think it's gonna work.
Yeah. I mean, you can definitely see the potential that it has.
Mhm.
Um, I will say this: games like I tried Soul Calibur
Mhm.
on there, and Soul Calibur ran pretty well.
Mhm. Tekken's on there
Uh,
too.
shit.
Yeah,
Why did I buy it? No, I'm kidding.
Tekken's on there. Yeah, you're not gonna be playing through your phone though.
No, definitely not. But yeah, when I was playing Soul Calibur ran pretty well. There
Mhm.
was a little bit of lag in some of my battles, but nothing where I was like, oh my god, and it was totally unplayable.
Mhm.
It was just something that you kind of had to get through with the signal.
Mhm.
But when it was running fine, it was running fine. It was doing well.
Right.
So there's definitely some potential to it.
Mhm.
And they're definitely working on it. And I think, Xbox, if you just got to keep working, and I think it'll run fine. They're definitely going to do that, unlike another certain company that's kind of doing the same thing, and they're kind of going right down the tubes with that. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Um, so yeah, but I like it.
Good. 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 Good.
Definitely potential.
But with me, I didn't get anything other than that. I kept it very low key with the games. We didn't need. Uh, I was impressed, but it wasn't anything wow for me.
I can understand that.
There was nothing that made me like, hey, I need to spend my money for that, like right now. Uh,
If there was all right, if there was one game that I did not purchase that I probably should have, that was cheap enough that I was like, okay, I should get this is Sekiro.
mm,
I just I just didn't purchase Sekiro, unfortunately.
mhm,
So oh well, I'm not sure. Xbox gamer, how are you?
mhm.
Long time no see. On Mix the Chat.
Nice. Um, yeah, but I mean. there was a lot of games I was like, ooh, 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 but I really got to think of others for Christmas this year. There's a few things I want
Oh
to
no,
do.
which is understandable.
Yeah, so
Totally
that's why I was
understandable.
like, I'm gonna not be selfish, um, for myself. Like the TV was more than enough, and then got a new 40-inch in the bedroom, replaced my old 32. So a 40-inch in the bedroom. It's an Ion. It was like like $89 or something like that. Like I just wanted something better. I was using Chromecast. It was a pain to always have to use it on my phone. So I just wanted something that was a Roku TV built into it. I just wanted a smart TV. It works perfect. Like it's beyond what I need. When it comes to those little TVs like that, I'm like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I don't really fucking care.
Right, 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 right.
Seeing it on sale, I was like 40 inches. Yeah, that's for my bedroom.
I don't blame you. I don't blame. I was actually shocked that when I bought my Samsung, it
Mhm.
was friggin' well, it was a gift, but it was like $230 for a 43-inch 4K. I was like, really? Okay,
Yeah,
$230 for a Samsung? Sure,
yeah,
gladly.
yep, yep. So pretty good TV sales as usual.
Yes,
Super Bowl, there's good ones too.
yes.
So, um, yeah. So let's get into some news.
Ah, the news.
Real quick, we have PlayStation Plus for December,
Oh,
Titanfall 2, and Monster Energy Supercross. Titanfall 2
Titanfall
is
2.
really, really good. It's my problem with Titanfall has always been the bots, but you know
Yeah,
that was a big problem in the first one.
yes, that's what a lot of people said with the first one. It's like the bots were an issue.
But the game itself is really, really good. Oh wow, Vanquish and Bayonetta is coming 4K 60 frames remastered to Xbox One, huh? Did you hear about?
Really?
Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Oh, so Bayonetta is getting a 4K remaster. Interesting.
Yep. So, but what you got? What you got? Oh wait, Untitled Goose Game is coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh, so they're jumping on the bandwagon. I
Yep,
see.
yep, yep.
Uh huh. Kind of like what they did with Shovel Knight.
Mhm.
Listen, I will never let anybody live that down only because I just distinctly remember playing Shovel Knight at PAX East, my first PAX East I went to, and I was all hyped on it, and it was coming to Switch and PC, and then it was out for a year on both of them, and then Xbox and Sony decided to hop on the bandwagon
Mhm.
after that. The bastards.
I think you guys might like this. It's good that Black Friday was payday for me and went shopping big, and I bought almost every popular game that was on sale. Pokemon Shield and a huge upgrade to my gaming PC, a 720-watt power supply, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX
16-6.
1660, and it runs great. I
Nice.
recommend it for the lounge.
Nice.
So good for you, WBIM Devil. I see you changed your name. I remember it was a little different. So, um, yeah, no. If we do anything when we get the upgrades, we're gonna go to 2080s. But right now, there's a whole lot of problems going with them, so probably stay away from them for a little while. But we're happy right now with what we have, but we do plan on upgrading in the future, definitely. Kingdom Hearts is coming to Xbox Game Pass. Yes, yep, yep. They announced that
Yeah.
during the Microsoft conference that they had, the XO
XO. Yeah.
19, um, which that's awesome news. I was so
Mm.
I've never played any of the Kingdom Hearts through. I played a little bit,
I
so
think
this
that's
gives me
more
a good
shocking
reason
coming out of your mouth than it would be coming out of my mouth.
because I'm a big Square Enix guy. I know.
And also
Uh,
PlayStation guy.
yeah,
Just saying.
but I never got to play through them because I was playing games like Final Fantasy, playing games like Star Ocean, um, and then
Mhm.
during those times, like I started getting more into the Grand Theft Autos, things
Yeah.
like that. So those took a lot of my time. So I had to keep it bare minimum when it came to RPGs. Like that's one of those genders that are very hard to play multiple RPGs because they just
Right.
take up so much of your time, and especially a game like Kingdom Hearts. It's not
Of
super
course.
big, but big enough.
Also, I gotta respond to something Xbox Gamer said. Good to hear that you're playing some Mario Maker and Pokemon Shield, but we're going to talk about Mario Maker
Mhm.
today. And Van's
Today.
very excited about it.
Actually, the update is gotten me intrigued a little bit because it
See?
something perked my ears that someone said it could be the possibility of something being made, and it's something that you have talked about and expressed on the shoe
It is.
before in the past. So I'm curious to kind of get your take on it. So, but yeah. So what were we talking about? What was the next thing you wanted to get into?
I don't know, but speaking of Nintendo,
Do 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 do. Segway.
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 um,
Segway.
there it is. Um, when we get into our, let's say, if we get into the news, NES and SNES game. Wow. Hello. NES and SNES games are finally being added to the Switch library, meaning new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. Holy moly.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
it's been 3 months.
Has it really?
Yeah, like they announced the SNES games back in what, September? When
Uh,
with the 1 year anniversary of
I think so.
Switch Online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they announced it back in September and they haven't added anything to NES or the SNES library since then. I've been sitting there going, are we gonna add something, guys? Like, hello, Nintendo? Hello? Um, but finally they will be adding 4 new games to the Super NES collection and 2 to the NES collection on December 12th. Those games for the NES, we'll just get out of the way because they're not that great, are Journey to Silius and Crystallis.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the NES. And for the Super NES, this one's a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Star Fox 2,
This one's super better.
Super Punch Out.
See what I did there?
Did you clever? Oh boy. Anyway, I'm kidding. Yep. So Star Fox 2, Super Punch Out, Kirby Superstar, another Kirby game,
Hmm.
and Breath of Fire 2,
Mm-hmm.
which I've heard that is a very good RPG.
Yeah, Breath of Fire 2 was great. My favorite in that list is definitely Super Punch Out. Huge
Oh
fan.
yeah, Super Punch Out was great.
I played the shit out of Super Punch Out. So very, very excited to do that one. Even as soon as I see it on emulators, I play it immediately. Kirby Superstar is definitely probably the best Kirby's that they have. As far as for Kirby games, that's one of my favorites of all time. And then Star Fox 2, which is funny because everyone has bought their mini SNESs
Mhm.
for that game. To dun, 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 dun.
Mm,
Remember that conversation, Kyle? We talked about it. You're like, well,
I don't recall.
that's a good reason to buy it because you can't find it. And I'm like, I'm telling you, to me, it's not that big. And all of a sudden, here it comes on this. But that's okay
I don't
because
recall.
that's okay though. Like, I still think those things are useful for like the non-hardcore gamer, but appreciate it and love the Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah. We've said this numerous times when it came to the wow. How come I can't say NES and SNES?
Can't say it next to
Holy
each other.
shnikes.
You can't say it next to each other.
Clearly.
Yeah.
The NES Classic and the SNES Classic. We said it numerous times. Like those were literally made for the people that want to revisit their nostalgia for
Mm-hmm.
back in the day when they used to play games.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, hey, we can get this. Like my brother's got an NES Classic. He doesn't play games anymore, but he loved NES.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So and honestly, if I bought him a mini Sega Genesis, he would love that too because we played Genesis all the time.
I'm waiting for the
There,
mini
so.
TurboGrafx 16.
All right, if they came out, that would be interesting, and if also would be interesting if they came out with a mini, which I think they already did that technically, a mini Neo Geo.
I was just gonna say it. We were the same mind here. Yep, Neo Geo. No, they haven't. I think they did something like it. I don't think it was a Neo Geo. I think what it was something to simulate mini Neo.
I forgot what it was. Yeah, because I saw it like one.
So it's
other
like a
time.
game cabinet. They have like a little game cabinet that's like a Neo Geo, but it's so dumb because it's just. It's like,
Well, they were talking about something like that was like a mini Neo Geo when they were presenting Terry in the Smash thing
yeah.
when our boy Masahiro.
You can get a controller for it. Very, very, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no, it's not that big of a deal. Let me see. I can pull it up on here. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, here we go.
I'm gone. No.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, the
Nintendo
mini.
Nintendo needs to add some N64 games to the Switch Online. Wow. Xbox, give it time. You gotta give it time.
The Nintendo needs to add some Nintendo 64 games. We'll get there. We'll get
We
there.
will
We
get
just
there.
got the Super Nintendo. We just got the Super Nintendo. We got to do this baby in order. We got to do this
Give
baby
it
in
some
order.
time.
Very
Before
happy.
you know, you'll be playing Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Mario 64, all that fun stuff.
So I think this was a good update. I think this was cool that they added these. The Super Nintendo ones were great ads, and the
Yeah.
regular Nintendo, I think they're running out of ideas. So they took some super rare ones, which I don't think were super popular. So I don't think people are gonna go crazy with it. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot, right?
There's probably a few NES games that aren't on that list that probably should be on there. I would just have to go through the list and think of them.
And also to answer your question, Xbox Gamer, we will talk about Mario in a second.
Yes, we will be talking about the update.
Indeed.
The
Um,
update.
the next topic is
Oh
one
boy.
that I held close to my heart a couple weeks ago, or
Oh
last
boy.
week when I ranted about it.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
so, do you believe that they didn't cancel my pre-order and they said that they're going to give me more time?
Wait. What? What?
Yeah, I was like,
So
okay.
so you canceled your pre-order,
Yep.
and they
They
said
didn't charge me
that
for it. They said that they're going to give me time to not cancel it.
they're going to give you time to not cancel it, but you want to cancel it.
I said, okay, you can give me more
So
time. Cool, thank you. I can't do anything with it. Like, the only thing I can
right.
do is play it on the TV, and that's not the why I bought it. Like, I bought it so that way I can play it when I'm on the go, and I can't even do that. So,
They didn't even give you your code. You gotta
yep,
just give the code.
yep, 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 yep,
Oh my goodness.
yep. So there's some more information for this. I'll let you throw this one down.
There is more information for this. So after all the bashing that we did, apparently Google came out and made a statement. Oh boy. And
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
needless to say, they decided to blame the devs and the gamers for having issues with the Stadia. Which I will read some of the article. When Google first announced Stadia, one of the biggest selling points was being able to play games in 4K. Now that it has been in service for more than a week, gamers are allegedly complaining about the visual fidelity. Testing done by experts verifies that the games are not even rendered in the promised resolution. Instead, these only go up high as 1440p and as low as 1080p, which are just then upscaled by the Chromecast Ultra. This revelation does not sit well with consumers who want their money's worth. GameSpot points out that the tests were performed by Digital Foundry, who then shared their findings. The games tested were Red Dead Redemption 2 and Destiny 2, which are just some of the launch titles available for the game streaming service. However, the internet search company appears defensive about these allegations and released a statement regarding the graphics debacle. So before I read that, Digital Foundry, which is a very established company, did some testing on the Stadia and found this out. Very established company, just to point that out. So, but here's Google's statement. According to Google, Stadia streams at 4K at 60 frames per second, which is what was advertised. This includes all aspects of our graphics pipeline from game to screen, GPU encoder, and Chromecast Ultra, all outputting at 4K to 4K TVs with the appropriate internet connection as indicated by the statement. What follows after is a disclaimer which experts believe puts the blame on the game studio. Ready? We expect that this is Google. We expect that many developers can, and in most cases will, continue to improve their games on Stadia, wrote Google. And because Stadia lives in our data centers, developers are able to innovate quickly while delivering even better experiences directly to you without the need for game patches or downloads, the company added. Critics are likening it to a beta program where people pay to become testers. As it stands right now, the service is clearly lacking features and support for more devices. which is proving to be a big disappointment for the gaming industry. Analysts weighing in on the fiasco claim the cloud's streaming still has a long way to go before it can match the quality experience offered by PC and home consoles. And let's see. Sony is ahead of the pack with its PlayStation Now, while Microsoft is preparing to launch Project X Cloud in 2020. Stadia is facing a tough competition, and the impending arrival of next generation gaming systems, such as the PS5 and Scarlet, will only widen the gap once more.
So, Xbox Gamer, I'm going to answer your question. Xbox Gamer on Mixer says, "Do you think Stadia is
Is
as
a
bad as the Virtual Boy?" So, I'm gonna separate them and then I'm going to compare them. So first, to separate them,
Mhm.
two completely different times.
Yeah.
Um, Game Virtual Boy was literally trying to do something that was never done, in a terms of trying to make something 3D in a very dumb manner. So when they advertised it as we got it, and it was just a really bad idea. So theirs was more of a bad idea than what Stadia is doing. Stadia didn't present a bad idea, but Stadia presented an idea that is a
Mhm.
great idea that's already in the works for other companies. The problem with Stadia is that they presented something that they didn't even give us. That's the
Ugh.
major problem with Stadia.
Yeah.
Virtual Boy didn't promise anything but fun, and fun's a subject of opinion. Besides, I don't think they would have told us about the hemorrhages we were going to get by playing the freaking game in our brains. But in the sight loss that we've gained, but that was just a bad failed experiment. Stadia is not a bad failed experiment. It is a bad business, and they didn't deliver, and that's what it was. Because if this product came out complete, this problem wouldn't happen. Like people wouldn't be mad. The problem is the product isn't complete. They're promising
Mhm.
um, graphics at a speed that we're not getting. Number one, and that's the smallest of the problems. If that was the only problem, then we could be like, you know what? It's probably like everything they said. We can get that. But that's not the problem. The number one problem right out the door was they didn't give everybody the codes. They didn't. They
Right.
didn't give everybody the codes. After that, every other problem doesn't even matter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that is the one and only problem that could cause anything.
You know what bothers me in this whole thing? The line that says, when Google says, and because Stadia lives in our data centers, developers are able to innovate quickly while delivering even better experiences directly to you without the need for game patches or downloads. Okay, Google, I need to be real with you on this. I know you're a big company, you're one of the largest companies in the world and stuff like that. But as far as your Stadia data center right now goes, it sucks.
But I mean,
It
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 has nothing to do
it's
with what we're trying to have a product of, though.
it's really bad because if it was good, developers wouldn't have issues with it.
hmm
Like you're sitting here saying, "Oh, because it's our data center and we're a big company and we do this." So that's where the whole they're them blaming the devs and the gamers for their woes because they're a big company which with a really good search engine, and they think, oh, because they have this powerful company that it's gonna run, it should be running flawlessly. Well, it's not running flawlessly.
hmm
Clearly it's not running flawlessly. Something's going on that it's completely screwing with everybody.
hmm
Listen, not everybody's got, you know, gigabit internet
hmm
with 4K capabilities and a big old tank of a PC like I have sitting over here. Not everybody has that. Everybody's going to have different connections. But it's Google's job to make sure that no matter what connection you're running at, this thing runs flawlessly. And even with good equipment, it's not running flawlessly.
Yep.
People with the 4K capabilities are expecting 4K output and they're not getting it. You just had Digital Foundry do testing on it and it's not running at 4K.
Yep.
So you have an established company telling you this and you're saying, well, I mean, our system is, you know, the best system out there. You can update anything and innovate with it quickly without updating. That's a bunch of bullshit, dude. Because if anybody needs an update, obviously it's Google that needs an update
Yep.
because they haven't done shit. Their data center sucks. You can't even get friggin' codes out. Codes
Yeah.
out to everybody who pre-ordered this. People shouldn't have to pre-order the Founders Edition to get the code.
Mm-hmm.
They want a code. Do some sort of pre-order for a monthly subscription. You get your code.
Mm-hmm.
That was the point of this, right? The point was you can play on any Google service whether it's PC, tablet, select tablets,
Yeah,
sorry,
phones.
and select cell phones. But with
No,
those select
you were supposed to play on all phones. I mean, phones that could handle it. They didn't say select phones.
well,
So
my
select phones.
point was we originally were like it was all phones, only to find out, oh no, you need a
only-
Google phone.
For right now.
Now,
Yeah.
for right now, you need a Google phone.
But they didn't say
Oh,
that. Yeah, they didn't say that.
so we didn't say that at the beginning.
Mhm.
And then you're supposed to be able to play on pretty much your TV. You can play on your PC freely. That was the thing.
Mhm.
That's what they promoted.
Mhm.
I don't see it. And I don't see 4K output because clearly that's not happening either.
And that is
It-
why I stood away.
And that's why Vance stood away.
Yep.
And the other thing I just want to touch on a little bit is this has not worked out for other companies that have done stuff like this in the past, blaming the gamers and stuff. Ubisoft's done it. Other companies have done it.
Mhm.
And it's just absolutely bothering
Mhm.
that companies like Google and Ubi actually blamed their consumers for their woes.
Mhm.
Where there have been other companies like Bethesda, like the three-headed monster in Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, where if they screwed up, they've acknowledged that they screwed up. All those companies have done it. I don't understand why companies like Ubi, companies like Google are coming out and blaming the other people. That's pretty much why a lot of times I will not support a lot of things, if anything, Ubi does.
Mhm.
Because they blamed the consumers with a lot of their woes. Like companies that do that, you need to go back to the drawing board and check yourself and realize that no, it's you guys that are screwing up. Yeah, you're a big company, but clearly it's not just one person having these problems. It's a whole gaggle of people having
Mhm.
these problems. So
No
digress.
bueno. No
No.
bueno.
Not good. Stadia, fix your shit.
Yeah. So it's sad. Like a lot of people, like certain people, are like, oh, I knew Stadia was gonna be a bomb. Like, listen, this is not this is not what we were talking about. Like when we say bomb, like this is not what anyone predicted. Like this is not bombing. This is them providing advertising something and not providing it. That's it.
This is literally what it was. You don't see Sony doing this. You don't see Microsoft doing this. You don't see Nintendo doing this stuff.
Mhm.
Like when the Switch came out, you knew how many games were coming out with the thing. It was like freaking 12 games.
Yep.
And everybody had an issue with it. We talked about that extensively before it came out.
Yep.
Where it had a very light game launch lineup. And Breath of the Wild pretty much was carrying it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 years later, look at the freaking library of it now. But, my point is, when companies like them promote shit and the other two, Sony and Microsoft, promote shit, they're telling you what they're pretty much giving you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, I guess Google decides they don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly. All right.
anyway, I digress to that.
Well, now on to better news. Super Mario Maker 2. So let's
Let's check this lovely update.
So let's check out what we have for an update here.
Thanks for playing the Super Mario Maker 2 game. Let's check out what's
You're
in
welcome.
store for the latest update, including a variety of new parts.
You know it wasn't me.
First up is Spike. This green glutton can spit out spiky iron balls. And
I
toss them at you.
I get
If you
shocked
hit,
every time I
it's
see
really
some of
gonna
the stuff
hurt.
that was
However, with
updated
the right setup,
that it
Because
wasn't
you
already
expected
in
it to be in
it.
there already?
break a block, as a platform, and even as a weight.
But it's
I
creative.
guess Spike can use its talents for good.
Like I
Oh.
And in the
can't.
snow theme, Spike will throw snowballs. Snow or iron, the
Little
balls
things,
Spike
like-
tosses have many uses. Next is Pokey. Made up of
This
spiky
is like
spears.
mind-boggling.
This cactus-like foe poses quite a
Mind-boggling
threat.
they didn't have fucking Pokey.
You'll take damage if you touch its spikes, so the tall ones can be a challenge. Looks like I can't go through. Aha! A fireball will do the trick. Yoshi can also stomach the prickly pokey.
Yes, yeah, we know that. Anyone that's
In
played
night mode,
Mario at
Pokey
least
will
once
take
in
to
their
the sky.
fucking
But,
lifetime.
but see, like this
Give it
shit,
wings
it's
and it'll
like,
home in.
yeah, they didn't add Pokey, but look at this
The
shit.
snow theme
Like,
turns
that's
Pokey
crazy.
into a snowman. Step on one, and you're in for a snowy surprise. Now let's take a look at the new frozen coin. Encased in ice, this coin is similar to an ice block, but will thaw out when hit with fire.
There's some creative shit that can happen with this.
Parts like the burner, fire bar,
Oof.
and angry sun also do the trick. So
See,
pick
like,
up
I didn't
your
even think
courses
about
with some
that.
cool traps. Next up is the P block. These solid, unbreakable blocks
interesting.
will appear when you step on a P switch, but only temporarily. Use it like this. Or like that. The dash block is coming to the Super Mario 3D World game style.
Oh, this is awesome.
Step on it to dash. At this speed, you can jump long distances, so even faraway blocks are fair game.
Oof.
Connect a few and keep on dashing. Use it for technical courses, or to reach
Ugh.
Mach speed with the Koopa Troopa car.
Koopa Troopa car.
With the Koopa Troopa car.
Is that a thing that exists right now?
Yeah, that was at
It's
launch.
dangerous to go alone. Take this.
This
Introducing
is
the Master Sword Power
Quite
Up.
interesting.
This familiar item is from the Legend of Zelda series. Pick it up and da 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 da. Mario.
Why they gotta add the
transforms
da
into
da
Link.
da da?
This new look isn't just for show. Attack with your sword. Guard with the shield.
oh my god, the sound effects.
Dash attack.
Mm-hmm.
And down thrust. You can take advantage of Link's classic moveset and some of his tools.
Mm-hmm.
Something out of reach? The bow and arrow can help.
Mm-hmm.
You can even shoot in 3 different directions.
My fault?
A dead end?
Oh, that's not what I
No
want.
match for a
That's
bomb.
not the video.
With the Master
My fault.
Sword, you can find creative ways to clear courses.
Ooh. Oh.
Or make the Master Sword power-up the star of a puzzle-solving course.
Damn.
Those aren't the only updates.
Yeah.
A new mode, Ninja Speedruns, is here. Race for the quickest time on courses created by Nintendo exclusively for this mode. Other players' Ninja Ghosts will run alongside you as you compete
That's
against
crazy.
rivals from around the world. New courses will be distributed periodically. Clear courses to collect stamps. And even unlock special Mii costumes. In addition to bragging rights, top players will also have gold stars circle around their Mii character for a certain period of time. Super Mario Maker 2 Update 2 will launch on December 5th, 2019.
Which is today.
Is that today?
That is today.
Oops, playing again. So,
I missed my opportunity.
a lot of interesting things there.
I do have Pokemon Shield Gamer, yes. I just have not started it yet. Still, because I was sick for a while. But now I'm getting better. So it should be starting soon. If it wasn't one thing, it was another thing that delayed my friggin' playing of Pokemon or streaming it, which pissed me off. But yeah, I do have Shield, and I will be starting that very soon. Van walked away,
I'm right here.
and he's right there.
Give me 1 second. Give your opinions on what you've seen from Mario Maker and what you know. And I'll be right back.
Okie
All right, I'll be
dokie.
right back because I got a lot to talk about with the Zelda stuff.
Oh yes. So the Mario Maker 2 update, humongo update, adding some pokies, adding Spike into the mix. And this is the thing. Like I know Van said, like he's shocked that like guys like Pokey and guys like Spike weren't added to Mario Maker 2 yet. And I can understand that. I can totally understand that, shocking that they weren't added, but it's how they're designed in the other aspects that make it wonderful. Like, yeah, they just added Pokey, but now they added Pokey where if it's in, the nighttime mode, it's floating around. You can't kill it, but you can like spin on it and get into like different areas that might be a little higher than normal to catch, which is really, really cool. Um, adding also adding snow pokey in the snow worlds is really cool because once you destroy that, you get a snowball. It's a great aspect to it, and I do like the snowball aspect because that is going to be able to utilize the winter stages in a much different way now. So this is a fantastic update. I like the ninja thing because I want to say like a few months back, there was actually this like fan made Mario Battle Royale game that was made on PC that pretty much looked like this, except and you were battling like 99 other Marios to get to the end first and stuff. Um, so it's kind of like that, but obviously you're not battling the other Marios or the ninjas, I should say. It's they did their run and you're just competing against a whole bunch of them to try to beat them all. So it kind of has that aspect to it, but not really. But I like that Nintendo kind of acknowledged it because that was a big thing for a little while with that fan made game. So that was a great update to it. And then, I mean, obviously the Zelda, the Link stuff was very interesting because this is going to bring a whole different dynamic to the NES Mario stages because now you could legit make some like Zelda-esque dungeon types stages for this, which is going to be incredible. So I cannot wait to see these stages be made, and I can't wait to start playing them. So it's got major, huge, wonderful update by Mario Maker 2. Did I miss anything else from the update? I said Pokey, I said Spiny, the Zelda stuff, the snowballs, Ninja,
The speed boost.
the speed boosts in
Uh,
3D World,
mm,
which that's another one of those. Wow, I can't believe they didn't add that because that was a major thing in Super Mario 3D World. Those speed boosts, again, are going to add a whole new dynamic to the 3D World stages. So another crazy aspect. And I feel like that's all of them, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But
the Zelda,
huge,
the Zelda man. Whew,
yeah,
that's a big one. So I think that's opening the door for a Zelda maker, which
it
is
very well could.
which is something that you brought up before.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, they're kind of towing the line with that. As far as like with Link's Awakening, you can make your custom dungeon. Now they added Link into Mario Maker. I mean, could a Zelda Maker happen? It's possible. But I do love that they added Link to this. And not just added him, like they added bombs, they added the arrows. Am I missing something else? I mean, the sword, obviously, sword and shield. But this is gonna bring a whole different. I already can see a whole bunch of stages where it's like you have to finish the stage as Link because it's gonna play as a Link dungeon map, and if you lose Link, you're dead. You're pretty much dead. So I cannot wait to play these levels. These are going to be amazing levels.
Yeah, no, I think this would be great. I like me though. I'm not a huge Mario Maker, but this Mario Maker's kind of got my attention because of all the different Mario games that they do have. So
Mm.
I think I might be willing to give this a shot. Just due to all the different Mario's they do have. So this is definitely a pretty big update.
I will say that, I mean, there are still those stages where like you need to like learn like, button inputs like really, really well
Mhm.
to do some of them.
Mhm.
But those are kind of like far and few. Now, are there some trolley levels still? Absolutely. But like if you find like some clean troll levels, like those are a lot of fun because you feel like, oh shit, I didn't even think about it, and it kind of blows your mind on some of them.
Mhm.
Um, but obviously there's still some of those trolley stages where you're just like, are you freaking kidding me? But those are far and few between now compared to Mario Maker 1.
Mhm.
Um, so I think this one it will be a much more enjoyable experience for you. You just have to avoid all the really, really trolley levels, which is not hard to do at all.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
especially with the filtering system helps out a lot.
Mhm.
Really, it's so much better.
I agree. I agree. I agree. All right, and then last but not least on our agenda is the
Oh,
Resident Evil 3 remake cover art was leaked
oh,
ahead
oh.
of the official announcement. And this is funny because it got leaked almost right after our show last week,
Yep.
which kind of sucks because it would have been great to have that on the show, but that's okay. That's okay. Um, whose fault was it? It was spotted on GameStat via Reset Era
They
Edition.
said originally it was spotted on PSN.
Yeah. So they're talking about the remake. So I wasn't huge into Resident Evil 3. I played it, but like I didn't like play it religiously. Resident Evil 2 was my shit. So this one I'm not super attached to, but I think it's great.
See, like I've told you before, like I have not played the Resident Evils that had the stationary cam.
Hmm.
So basically, one, two, well, was two, one, two, three, like Code Veronica.
Hmm. And
Those
then
ones I didn't play.
4 was the first one that broke from that.
Four was the first one that broke from that. I played four, fell in love with four,
Hmm.
and then I ended up playing 5 and 6, and then obviously Resident Evil 7 came out with first person, which is completely different. And then Resident Evil 2 Remake came out this past year,
Hmm.
which was an amazing game.
Hmm.
Absolutely amazing. I'm so glad I played some sort of Resident Evil 2 finally because that story was really cool, especially after playing 4, 5, 6. 7 really didn't, whatever, but after playing like 4, 5, and 6 and learning like the backgrounds of certain characters like Sherry and then seeing her in Resident Evil 2 as a kid, it was like, oh, okay.
Hmm.
So it was really cool to see that. Um, so I'm excited for this. I'm very excited because I did not play Resident Evil 3. A lot of people love Resident Evil 3, especially with the whole nemesis factor of him basically chasing you. This is going to be way worse
Yeah.
in with this now
Yep.
because the parts with Mr. X and Resident Evil 2 remake were stressful in itself.
Yep. Yep.
This is going to be the entire game
Yep. Yep. That's the
of
whole game of him just
of
chasing you.
nemesis chasing you.
Yep. This is way worse.
Get ready for just a big old stress ball of fun.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh boy. But it got leaked. But I'm very excited. I see Z version is
Hmm.
one of them, so I'm assuming that's going to be a deluxe version.
Hmm.
So I think I'm going to get that one. I'm just saying.
Mm. Mm.
So here's the question now. Now that this has been leaked, more than likely Capcom's going to announce this very soon.
Hmm.
The question is, when does it come out?
I don't know. I don't know. Next year is pretty heavy.
So I don't think this is going to be kind of bold to say. I don't think this is a 2020 game. I don't see this coming out next year.
Mm-hmm. No.
Because only because there's never been like with the Resident Evil series, there's never been, a game a year apart from each other. It's always been at least like 2 or 3 years. Or even a year. Even like a year off, then a game comes out. Because Resident Evil 7 came out in 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that came out in 2017. They skipped a year, and then Resident Evil 2 Remake came out. So I could see them with Resident Evil 3 skip a year, all of 2020, and then release in 2021, which could be early 2021. But that is my opinion.
I don't know. I think we get it in 2020, and it's a shame because we're coming on to the new gen, so it just seems like it's bad timing if it does. So I hope it does come
Well,
out for the new gens. Like it to me, that's what makes more sense.
that's why I think it'll probably be a 2021 release,
Mm-hmm.
only because the new gens are expected to release, PlayStation already said that PS5 is coming out holiday 2020.
Yeah, which is it's always holiday season, November.
Yeah, so I can see this coming out early 2021
Mm-hmm.
to add another game to the new gen lineup.
Yes, 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 yes.
So it'll be quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But this is still exciting news. I'm very happy.
Yes, it is. Very good news. Because we talked about it and we were like, yeah, this is gonna happen. So this is cool.
We're like, yeah, we knew. We knew.
We had
We
some
had inside information.
I was gonna say inside information. So,
Spoiler alert. We're the ones that leaked it.
yeah, I know, right? We're the ones that leaked.
We're the
but-
actual leakers.
Sorry, guys. Other than that, was there anything else that you wanted to cover?
That is it for the news. Next Thursday, going to be quite interesting.
Uh-oh.
Only because you know what next Thursday is.
Oh, the awards, right?
Yes.
Is it on Thursday?
It is on Thursday. It's on Thursday every year.
So what we could do, what time does it start?
Oh, well after the show.
Oh, okay.
Let me update everybody, so that way you can all know what time it starts.
Because what we'll do is we'll just do a complete pre-show.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see. Starts at 8:30 p.m. So we could do like a whole 2-hour pre-show.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can get Andre here for that. Because last time we talked Game Awards, he wasn't here. So let's see if we can get him on.
I'm gonna have to beg him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, Andre, cancel everything you're doing. It's a Game Awards pre-show.
Please, Andre.
Please,
Please.
for the love of God, if Death Stranding wins Game of the Year.
I know, right?
Good God.
If it wins Game of the Year.
I won't get into it now, because if I get into it now, obviously you'll never get off of there. So I will save my ranting once again for next week.
Yeah, we'll have 2 hours of it next week. So
2-hour Game Award pre-show. Plus, we can talk about what we think could be revealed or updated.
yeah, that will be a big talk because we didn't talk about that type of shit. So I'd really
Nope.
like to get into that.
Will be interesting.
So, but that's it for us this week, boys and girls. We're gonna be an hour show this week because next week we're gonna make sure we have the 2 full hours and we'll have a whole lot to talk about. So we will let you guys go short this week. So that is it for us this week. It is me, Van the Man, and our boy Kyle, Dr. Eggplant. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.